लड़का एक्टर है बहुत.
A very good morning, one and all present here. I, Satyam Khare, welcome you all on behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy in the ISFCP Dialogue Series 2023 under the aegis of IQAC and IIC of ISFCP Moga Punjab. So, dear friends, today we have Dr. Papiya Bigoniya ma'am as our expert of the day. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dr. Papiya Bigoniya, Cancer Biology Project, University of Westminster, London, UK, Professor and Principal, DSKM College of Pharmacy, RKDF University, Bhopal. Professor Dr. Papiya Bigoniya completed her B.Pharm from Dr. H.S. Gaur University, Sagar, MP, and M.Pharm in Pharmacology specialization from Jadavpur University, Kolkata. She received her PhD degree in Pharmaceutical Science from Dr. H.S. Gaur University, Sagar, under National Doctoral Fellowship awarded by All India Council of Technical Education. She is GATE 95 qualified and a UGC Junior Research Fellow during post-graduation. She served as a faculty in Department of Pharmacy, Barkatullah University and Globus College of Pharmacy, Bhopal. She is a gold medalist in PG Diploma in Pharmaceutical Management from IPER, Pune, and done PG Diploma in Public Health from Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu. At present, she is working on breast cancer invasion and metastasis mechanism in University of Westminster, London. Her field of research focuses on pharmacological screening, pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic, and bioavailability studies, drug-food interactions, and standardization method development for herbals. Dr. Bigoniya has more than 25 years of academic and research and administrative experience. She has mentored numerous students in UG, PG, and doctoral studies and served as principal investigator in research projects sponsored by prestigious government organizations in India. She has published book on drug regulatory affairs and 123 peer-reviewed research articles, 11 book chapters, patent, e-content, and serving as editor in 5 scientific journals. Dr. Bigoniya has been conferred with Best Oral Presentation APTI awarded Hugo D. Rees Research Award and Woman Achiever Award. She has attended 102 conferences, 5 international conferences with travel grant, delivered expert lectures, and chaired conferences. Dr. Papiya Bigoniya is life member of IPA, APTI, Inform, ISD, and IPS societies. Dr. Bigoniya also run a YouTube channel and her YouTube channel link is www.youtube.com/at Dr. Papiya Bigoniya, which will further introduce in the chat box. So guys, Dr. Bigoniya ma'am has a very vast experience in the field of pharmacy and hope her today's lecture will be very beneficial for the pharma professionals as well as the students of pharmacy who want to join the research grant opportunities. Before we started the lecture, I want to request our worthy director, Professor Dr. G.T. Gupta sir, to please enlighten the program with his words. Dear sir, please.
So thank you very much, Dr. Satyamji. So first of all, from core of my heart, I welcome today's experts, Dr. Papiya Bigoniya ji. So she is the very dedicated and dynamic, and I know that from the you can say student life because we all right now on this panel we all are from one of the same institutions, Dr. H.S. Gaur University. So this is the beauty of the university that most of the students they are spread throughout the world, and as and when we have required the professional attachment they provide the services. So thank you very much, Dr. Papiya ji. And just you know that ISF College of Pharmacy, this is the one of the renowned institute, autonomous college, and we are continuously doing the work in a different areas including the research and academic development as well as the professional activity. One of the important part among of them, we have started our IQAC series. This is the ISF dialogue series. Purpose behind of this IQAC to develop the cell with the some of the effective manner so that we can connect the peoples, and we have completed till date more than 200 of the guest lecture in this under the dialogue series, and more than 40% of the lecture we have conducted from the abroad person. So the purpose behind of this, we can contribute to each other. Let us consider if we have some of the strengths, so we can contribute to each other, because this is the right, this is the time where we can not to put the things in the hidden manner, and we can do some of the teamwork at a time so that we can grow at a time. That is why we have the MOU with the more than five of the central universities, NIPERS, and a number of the other universities as well as the research center. So, without taking time, I welcome you again, and I am thankful to you for accepting our invitation and provide this opportunity to our faculty members, students, as well as the audience. So, your lecture will be available on our YouTube channel of the ISF YouTube channel, so that people they connect regularly and they can come to know that how we can obtain the research grant from various agencies, what types of the difficulty of the person they can feel. Number of times of the peoples they have the excellent idea, but it is very difficult to how to submit the proposal, what is the criteria, and most of the peoples they have the thinking about that private institution unable to the obtain the research grant. But I hope that this is the completely wrong, because professional body provide the grant on the basis of the idea, not only the ideas, your idea how it can be fruitful and useful to the society, research, as well as for the professional. So thank you very much, and again welcome you, and thank you, Dr. Satyamji, for inviting me on this platform and provide the opportunity to interact such types of the experts. So over to Dr. Satyam.
Thank you, sir. So now welcome our today's expert, Dr. Papiya Bigoniya, ma'am, who talks on the topic how to explore research grant opportunities. Ma'am, please start your lecture, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, Professor G.D. Gupta, sir, for giving me this opportunity, ISF College of Pharmacy, and also Dr. Satyam Khare for coordinating this webinar. I'm very thankful and also very respectful Professor Dr. G.D. Gupta, who is my senior from my peer institute. It's been a good opportunity to interact with him after a long time, and also to share my expertise on how to explore research grant opportunity. So now I'll start with my presentation. Already a very elaborated introduction has been given about me, so I'm very thankful for that. So I'll directly start with this opportunity. Everyone who is doing PhD or postdoctoral studies mostly look for the research grant opportunity. In our country, people mostly seek this grant opportunity to do doctoral research. But if you see in the international scenario, people mostly also see for this grant opportunity for their undergraduate works, for their postgraduate work. Maybe in India, looking into the statistics, the person applying for the research grant is very less compared to the person who are interested for grant in China and America like countries. So maybe we have some lack in the system how to apply for the opportunity, how to look for the best suitable options for you. Without research grant, any research, any it is small or big, does not matter, is not possible to do. Because whenever you step into the lab, starts with the chemicals, infrastructure, the running facilities, the animal, everything needs money. And if scientific world needs to contribute something to the world, they need grant for the instrument, for the equipment, for everything. So this is a cartoon picture showing a supervisor who is asking for grant because he has some postdoc researcher and also some undergraduate postgraduate researcher, but doesn't have any money to conduct the research. So it's like a modern form of begging for a grant. Is it like so? If you ask for a grant, is it like for begging? It's not begging, because the scientists who develop new innovative ideas, who work on a very specific field and contribute to the world, mostly in the field of medicine, when they contribute for the therapy of a disease which is having very difficult to cure, or maybe looking forward to for some new drug discovery. So this is not only the doing research, this is also a social work contributing toward the society. So as a scientist, funding is not only requirement, it is our fundamental right. every researcher having some good innovative idea must be given research grant opportunity. But if you look on the perspective of the government agency, they will tell that no, people are asking for the grant but they are not applying properly, they are not actually giving some innovative idea in a proper way, so the people who are judging this proposal, they have actual idea that the person is actually able to perform the research. If they give them the money, what is the assurance that you will actually deliver? So this is the problem with both the sides, from the side of the scientist, again with the side of the funding agencies. So whenever you want to achieve something, you aim for something, we know like in archery, we look for the bullseye. Like you have to hit in the right position, in the right time, with the right concept. So before starting this, every archer shows whenever you are aiming up object, don't look the things they are adjacent to it, look for the specific point. So this is the success mantra for everyone. If you do anything in your research or in your sports or any other activities, you must be very focused exactly for the center point what you need to do. But in case of research studies, there are many students whom I have asked, look for research grant opportunities, search the opportunities in the internet and see if you can have some grant from any agencies. The first question they mostly put in front of me, which website should I search? What type of opportunity should I search? There are so many websites, there are so many options where I do get actually fit, and what opportunity will be correct for me. So this is a very vast question. You cannot answer this in a very short span of time. So I tell the students, look for the opportunity, what you are seeking, what you need. Based on your need, you look for the opportunity. So in case of funding, mostly the research grant, you can search internet like abruptly looking for postdoc fellowship, looking for PhD fellowship, looking for postgraduate fellowship. In other case, you can look for the advertisement. So there are two types of things. Some agencies, they are open all the year, they don't have any categorization. You can go to their website and look for their details, how to apply for the fellowship, and you can apply for that. But this type of fellowship, this is very difficult to hit. But the fellowships which are advertised by the agencies time to time, this is a good opportunity. So if you look for a particular funding agency, go to their website, search for the funding options, we'll see there are mostly 6 categories of fellowships they are available. And these fellowships are, I am talking about a rough categorization or typing of the fellowship. The most abundant fellowship is research associateship. This research associateship is mostly awarded to these already who are PhD, who are working in an institute, who are having some scientific credential, and they want to do further research in a particular field. So this research associateship actually given to a particular PI or principal investigator. In case of fellowship, the principal investigator type is very common, because whoever take the whole sole responsibility for a particular research project is called PI or principal investigator. And the other person who are associated with him or her is mostly called co-PI, and also the research assistant type things, which are mostly employed person to help with the final lab work and other things. So research associateship is not for any kind of particular work you need to do, not for PhD, not for postgraduate research. It is not for the institute. It is actually for the particular PI. The second category is PhD fellowship. This is very well-defined category of fellowship that is only for the persons who has completed their postgraduate looking for an opportunity to do PhD. And this fellowship is particularly given only for the doctoral studies. This funding opportunity, you must carry out in a reputed organization under a very well-known mentor, supervisor, but this is very short-term funding. You can complete your work within 2 or 2.5 years time, and this is a very well-defined, the scope is limited and given for a short period of time. Then comes the postdoctoral fellowship. This is again a well-defined section. After PhD, many people look for the postdoctoral opportunity. This opportunity is very temporary, short, very, very short time. Starts with 3 months duration, 6-month duration, or maximum 1 year duration. And this is also focused to the mentor or supervisor, and also the chosen career path for the PhD person, the person who has already completed doctoral study and done a very good research in a particular field. And how the person is judged, that person has done very good research depending on her or his previous publication on the PhD project. Fourth category is fundamental research. It is mostly given to the universities or institute or R&D labs to do a long-term research in a particular field. And this is mostly the work that is done on very big projects on engineering fields and medical field. And these studies are done on a large number of population. They have very large amount to be funded in crores of rupees, and the knowledge gap should be very big. The institute should be well reputed, and the person who is actually handling this type of research should be a very eminent person. And this type of research is also funded for multiple number of institute altogether. 2 or 3 institute together, they can apply for this type of projects also. The fifth category is travel grant. This is also again specifically defined for a particular scientist for attending any international conference, seminar. But the person who is applying for this type of grant should be very senior, knowledgeable, having a good reputation with the previous publications and other things. And the conference or seminar, the person who is actually targeting to attend, that should be also have some good reputation. And this is given for the senior scientists. The agencies mostly fund the whole amount. For the senior person, they mostly fund the part of the travel, maybe only the conference participation fee or the traveling fee. So this is again for 2 days or 3 days or 15 days and very short period of time. The last one, which is again a very vast one, is the skill building type opportunities. I think everyone has heard about STTP, FDPs, faculty development programs, short-term training programs. Again, these are given to the institute. So they can actually organize type of training program, type of development program for the faculties, for the students, or for the any target group. Like you can also apply for giving some training on computer application. You can also apply for giving training on how to handle the HPLC or UV or IR type of instruments. So this is given for mass training or developing the workforce to actually how they can contribute towards the scientific world. Now about the funding agencies, who actually funds for the research project. There are 2 type of institutes, businesses and governments, mostly the corporates. Corporates, I think very few people had heard about the corporate research grant opportunities. And in our country, for example, Reliance Foundation is a big non-government organization giving research funding. And if you go to the international scenario, Welcome Fund is there, and also Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There are so many agencies like TAVAS. They are private, but they are giving funding opportunity. But these are very competitive, and they are like looking into your financials in a very critical way. So getting the corporate funding is quite difficult. Now, if you look at the government agencies, there are so many government agencies, India as well as abroad, giving the research fund facilities. But for the government, again, credibility of the institute and credibility of the PI is very, very important. Now, in short, I'll give you some name of the funding agencies. I know everyone knows about them, but very few know that how to explore these opportunities, like DST, DBT, Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, ICMR, CSIR, UGC. You can go to the website, Google, and if you don't know the full form of these institutes, you can easily search Ayush, DSIR, SIRB, DRDO, MSME, And every state in India have their own council for science and technology. Like in Madhya Pradesh, we have MP Council of Science and Technology, MPCST. So every state had their own science and technology council. They also fund, but their funding is not in very big amount, but they also fund. And all the central agencies, like central government institutes, like mostly the ICMR, Ayush, AICT, they are very big organization and giving the fundings in very different categories. Now, if you look at the international funding agency, Commonwealth is a very big institute for international funding. Commonwealth is actually the giving funding opportunity to the countries who are member of the Commonwealth Commission. So India is a member of the Commonwealth Commission, and you can apply for international funding. Any country where the Commonwealth treaty is there and the institute is recognized under the Commonwealth Foundation. So there is DAD, there is Humboldt Research Association, that is from Germany, which is also a big association giving Maria Curie. This is also from Germany. TRISET, this is a international organization having so many countries as their member. TAWAS is having so many countries, mostly African countries and South American countries as their members. Quebec is mostly from Canada and US. JSPS is from Japan. So these funding agency, they give mostly PhD funding, and they have very good opportunity for international postdoctoral studies also. Now, the most important thing, how to search for the opportunity and how to decide that which one is suitable for a particular person, and how to match what they are asking for and what you need to give them, how you should prepare your proposal, how you what are the documentation needs, how you match the expertise of PI and co-PI, eligibility and everything. So there are few important points to be noted, which is important for evaluation of the mainly funding sources. First, you go to the website, search for the particular category we are looking for. Particular category is called the purpose of the grant. When you open the website and look for a particular category, the first thing you see is the purpose of the grant. Purpose of the grant, in the purpose, the agency will write, this opportunity is for postdoctoral research, this opportunity for doctoral research, or so and so, this is for extramural research for the institutes. So first look for the opportunity. If the purpose or opportunity match your purpose, then study the proposal further. If it doesn't match your proposal, don't waste your time. Go to another website, go for another source, because looking for a particular funding opportunity is very tough, time consuming, difficult, and this is also very confusing. So don't confuse yourself. Very first thing you do, that is matching your purpose with the funding agency's purpose. Then if you see that, okay, my purpose matches with the funding agency purpose, I am looking for a PhD grant, this is also for a PhD grant, then look for the research area. The next thing is research area. There will be like, okay, this PhD grant is for the person who is working on the environmental science or for the mathematical science, so on. So no, it doesn't match with my purpose, because I am a person of pharmacy and I am looking for a research grant in the field of medicine, in the field of biology, in the field of biological sciences, or maybe in the field of pharmaceutical sciences. So if the research area matches, then you are, okay, very happy. This is a PhD grant, and also they are giving grant for the medical sciences. Okay, look for the eligibility then. And what is eligibility? Most of the agencies, they define eligibility in very clear language. Like your mentor or your supervisor should be a person with PhD and having a professor grade, or maybe your institute should be associated with AICT or PCI or something. If this is there, you can apply. So eligibility will particularly say about the eligibility of the person who is applying, eligibility of the principal investigator, eligibility of the institute. Does the if you go to the UGC website, in their eligibility they will write down the institute should be approved by the University Grant Commission. So there are so many government private colleges, they are not approved by the UGC, so you are not, no, will not be able to apply for this opportunity. So eligibility, you match what documentation and what specific thing they are asking for, and do you have that. Now look for the nature and duration of support. Nature of support means what they are supporting. They're giving you only money for the chemicals and consumable, they're giving you money for your publication, they're giving money for buying some instrument that is associated with your project, and they are also giving you some monthly remuneration or kind of things. So every scholarship proposal have their own limitations. Sometimes they fund for the instrument, sometimes they don't fund for it, sometimes they fund only for the consumable, sometimes they have monthly remuneration for the PI, co-PI, and the research associate. So depending on your need, look for that. If you are looking for a PhD scholarship, obviously we'll need funding for the consumable as well as publication, chemicals, and everything. So if there is no monthly remuneration, it is okay, but your research consumable should be funded. So if they're giving that, then okay, it's actually matching your search. So go for the look for the expertise of PI and co-PI. Obviously, if you're looking for a PhD scholarship, you are not the PI, you are the applicant here. Your PI will be your supervisor. So what qualification they're asking for PI, and does your supervisor has all these things to match, then your work is 50% done. You are mostly eligible for apply for this funding. Look for the selection process and mode of application. Mode of application, mostly 99% of the funding opportunities nowadays, they are asking for the online application system. They have a particular website supported with so many steps, just like similar to the uploading manuscript in a reputed journal like NCBS. So they have a stepwise program. So depending on their mode of application, go through the application process and look what documentation you need. Before, when you are applying, you need to upload the document after stepwise, one after another. So you must be pre-prepared before application with all the documents and formats. So look for the selection process. They will only judge your proposal, or they are going to call you in their agency for personal interview. Then if there is personal interview thing, you also have to get prepared for that. And because in the personal interview, you have to give a presentation of your proposal, and sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't have it. So look for this and prepare for this. Then apply for the project, give them all the documents and everything. And the formatting and guideline is also very important. Look for applying for a particular funding opportunity is like preparing a small thesis, like MPharm thesis. So you need to follow all their formatting guidelines, and specifically, very, very specifically, the plagiarism guidelines. Your application, like your introduction part, your hypothesis part, and what opportunities it has, what would be the possible outcome of the research, it should not be plagiarized. All your idea should be original and innovative. Depending on that, they evaluate the process. This is the biggest part, depending on which your funding proposal will get granted or not. So totally avoid plagiarism. Write from your own aspect, with your own language, and follow all their formatting guidelines. So when you organize your proposal, write down a very clear research objective. In the grant proposal, also write down about your hypothesis, aim, and objective, and everything. This is very important for selection. And supporting documents, like they are asking for reference from two different persons, like from the principal of your institute, maybe from your PI, maybe from some external person. They are also asking for your previous experience and other things. So all this document is very important. What they are asking, you should provide. If you miss a single document, they will not consider your proposal. Now, this is a statistics about Indian scenario of asking for the research grant, and the government, they are giving you. So you see, India ranks very low in case of R&D funding. And if you see the South Korea, Israel, and Sweden, like European countries, America, they are giving Indian government is giving very less money. But there is also very few researchers applying for this. So this is matching. there is very less competition. They are giving very less funding. They have very less budget for give the research funding, but the people seeking the funding also very less. So if you made a good proposal and follow all the guidelines, there is a good chance the person who is giving a innovative proposal will get the opportunity. Lastly, the very important thing, if you look for international opportunities, they are also similar like national opportunities, like the opportunities given by DST, DVT, ICT and everything. But in case of international, you must be very careful to look for what is your specific research area. In India, if you are doing a research on pharmacology and you apply for pharmaceutical chemistry sector or you apply for pharmaceutical sectors, there is not a much problem. No one will ask many questions about that. But in case of international opportunities, they not only ask for your branch of specialization, they will also ask for your area of working. Like, for example, now I'm working on breast cancer metastasis. They will look, and if I apply for any grant opportunity in involving the research exploring the breast cancer metastasis mechanism and drug development in this field, I'll have a good chance of getting this funding. But if I apply for like lung cancer or any other cancer, they will ask question, you have not worked on that field and you have no expertise on that field, why you are asking for this opportunity, and we don't think you will be a suitable person to do that research. So before applying for international fellowships, go for your particular work. Like if you have last 5 publications based on which your proposal will be judged by them. So if you are specifically work on a particular field, you have some previous publication on that, you look for that type of field, that then your hitting the target chances will be best. And for the international opportunities also, they will obviously ask for professional references from your previous mentor, from your supervisor, and also from the institute. But in Indian scenario, they ask for references, but not all of them ask for the references. In Indian cases, there are also age limit for most of the opportunities. So when you look for the eligibility, you must check for the age limit also, because I have seen the cases when the people match everything with the scope of the project, with the duration and everything, but has not given any attention to the age limit. And while applying in the online system, the system does not accept your proposal because they will ask for your date of birth, and if it exceeds, they will not accept it. So do you have some time to show me a website? Satyam, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You can show the website too.
Yeah, okay. So I'll give you an example how to search for a particular funding website and how to explore the opportunity. This is Department of Science and Technology, DST, which is one of the pioneer and big institute providing research funding to the scientists. So in the website, look for the links where they have advertised for the opportunities they are currently funding. So it's not there. Look carefully. Yeah, see, fellowship opportunity for the researcher. Go to this link. Now see, they have advertised the opportunities. They have in total currently 16 opportunities. These are the opportunities they are currently open. They're asking for proposal for these opportunities. And see, all the 16 opportunities, they have given a title, which is exactly the purpose of this fellowship. This is extramural research funding, individual centric. The first category I have told you. So this is to a particular PI and who has already done PhD, working in an institute, mid-level senior person having a good credibility. So this is, I think, if you are looking for example, if here I am looking for a PhD opportunity, it is not for me. Scheme for funding high risk, high reward research, again for institute, empowerment and equity opportunity. This is for skill development, startup. This is for young scientists. Startup research grant, you are starting any small business based on any scientific services. JC Bose National Fellowship. This is for recognized active scientist and engineer having outstanding performance. Again, this is not for PhD fellowship. Ramanujan Fellowship, this is also not for PhD. This is the Early Career Research Award. This is for PhD fellowship. This is for providing quick research support for young researchers who are in their early career pursuing innovative research in the frontier research of areas of science and technology. So you can, if you're seeking for a PhD fellowship, you can look for this opportunity. So this is the objective. Look for the nature and duration. You should be working in a recognized academic institution or R&D laboratory in India. You should be in early phase of your career. That means the applying person should not be more than 35 years of age. And this will be given for 3 years. The maximum limit is 50 lakhs. This grant covers equipment, research personnel, consumable, travel, and contingency. That is exactly matching for the PhD research. They will give money for equipment, for the chemicals, consumables, also for research-related travel, and also a small amount of money for the research personnel himself or herself. Now, eligibility. Match the eligibility. Each and every point and see, do you match with them? You must be Indian citizen. The applicant should hold PhD degree in science and engineering. No, it's not for PhD. It's for the person who has already done PhD, but in early phase of their career. So this is, again, if you're seeking for a PhD fellowship, it's not actually matching your option. So if you want to do early career research, search for this opportunity in detail. Otherwise, I don't think this actually match your options. So like this, when you start searching for a particular opportunity, up till the eligibility part will tell you everything about you looking for, what you are looking for, and what this opportunity is going to give you. So just to save your time, start with objective, nature and duration of support, and look for the eligibility in detail. And up till eligibility, if it matches, then you can say, oh, I'm 50% through. This opportunity looks potential opportunity for me. Now, what documents they are asking for? This is again a very important part of a proposal. Biodata, obviously everyone has that. Certificate from principal investigator, endorsement letter from the head of the institute, age proof certificate, category certificate. And also they need quotation of the equipments. In your proposal, not only you ask for the equipment, you also have to provide quotation from 3 different manufacturer or supplier along with this proposal. So these 6 documents are the must to be accompanied with the application. If you miss any one of them, there is no chance of they are considering your proposal. So this document section is also very important. Sometimes some people don't have 1 or 2 of them. So don't waste your time preparing the proposal, because preparation of proposal will take at least 2 to 3 months. You have to do thorough literature search. You have to have a very innovative idea and you have to justify your idea. So this is very important for hitting the target and going for a particular funding agency. And when the funding agency, they see that you have matched with each and every criteria. You are the right person to ask for this fellowship. You have the qualification, your proposal is innovative, and you are actually justifying your objective with the research hypothesis. Your PI is having the particular expertise, your institute is having all the certification, everything. Then you can hope that there is chance for consideration. And with this, I'll end my conversation here. It was a great opportunity to share my knowledge about the research granting opportunities. And the final thing I also want to share, like Dr. G.D. Gupta in starting of the session has already said that for the private institute, getting research funding is very, very difficult. Yeah, it is very, very difficult because of the credibility. I've told you, credibility of the institute is very important along with the credibility of the PI. And in the government sector, they may have a general assumption that the private institute are not going to do the research properly and they will be wasting the money. So if you start with a small grant and your institute and the PI starts getting a small amount of grant from a single agency, that can start your track on that direction. I have worked in private institute all my life for my 25 years of career, and I have done research project funded by DRD, funded by AICT, funded by MP's Council of Science and Technology, DST, SARB. So it was not easy, but the first step, if you get a small opportunity, this will open the door for you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Administration of ISF College of Pharmacy, Dr. G.D. Gupta, Dr. Satyam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for a very important and informative lecture that is very useful and easy to understand for all the pharmacy students. This will definitely very helpful for the listeners and viewers of our field too. I request all the listeners and viewers to put your queries, if any, related to this talk in the chat box, and so we will reply very soon. Before closing the session, once again, I heartily thankful to Dr. Papiya Bigoniya, ma'am, for accepting our invitation on very short period of time and gave her crucial time to us from his busy schedule and sharing the valuable expertise for the budding pharma professionals in how to explore research grant opportunities. I thankful to our worthy chairman, Sir Sri Praveen Gargji, who provide us such a wonderful platform at ISFCP for the dialogue series. And I am also thankful to our worthy director, Professor Dr. G.D. Gupta, sir, who joined with us on this esteemed program. I also thankful to our head of IQAC and IIC cell, who join us and by whom this program gets conducted a great successful. And to last but not the least, I also thankful to all our viewers and listeners who connected through various mediums to watch and listen to this program. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you
Thank you so
once
much.
again, ma'am, for
Thank you.
joining us with this wonderful thoughts and provide such wonderful opportunities to the upcoming pharmacist and as well as the various students of this ground. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye, ma'am. Thank you.